Hey, what's up everybody? Promise Prime 22 here, whoa, bringing you Let's Play Kata Shoujo Part 5. Last episode, um, uh, we met Kenji, and that was a trip on its own. And really the focus of that episode was meeting Kenji, because that was crazy. And we are in the class working with Misha, Batman, and Shizune Hakamichi. And we just noticed Hanako leave, and yeah. So, let's get into this. The rest of the class passes uneventfully. The girl with long hair never came back. Again, she died. Before I have time to put any more thought into where she could have gone, the teacher informs us that it's time to stop working. Shizune looks a little, more than a little annoyed that we only just barely managed to finish all our work in time. Well, you finished it. I'm just glad we finished it at all. It's not, yeah, it's not a contest or anything. ... Yes, it is, Ichan. God. Gonna lower volume for a sec. Impossible. Really? Really? I've noticed this before, but it's kind of funny how Misha is always moving her hands and signing not only everything she says, but what anyone else is saying at any given time. Obviously, it must be so Shizune can understand it. Her eyes dart back and forth between Misha's hands and mine. And me. Whoops. I don't know who I'm supposed to be looking at. I'm talking to Misha, but that might be wrong. Maybe I should face Shizune. I'm used to looking in the direction of the person whose voice I'm hearing, but really. Shizune can't hear me, but it would be disrespectful to talk to her only through Misha. Then again, isn't that what she's doing? No, she's at least looking at me. This is all very confusing and will take some time to get used to. Yeah, that is a difficult situation. It's not a contest because contests are competitions over a prize. If there's no prize on the line, it's not really a contest. Shizune's eyes flash dangerously with a competitive glare. She stares at me as if surprised that I'm challenging her. I think maybe this is a contest to her. Everything is a contest to Shizune. I never noticed before how dark and blue her eyes are. It's truly an alluring gaze. ... Are you sure, Hee-chan? Very sure. Are you wearing hockey pads? ... Haha, you're wrong, Hee-chan, because this isn't a car. I don't want to be the slowest one in class. Therefore, what's on the line is my confidence in my abilities, and the prize is the satisfaction of proving them. Oh god. Shizune pushes up her glasses up the bridge of her nose in a very matter-of-fact way. That loud bell. I'd argue more, but the bell rings, and she quickly gets up and picks up her bag, looking at me expectantly. Yeah, she's in it. How did she hear the bell? I think that's sort of a... How did she hear the bell? Anyway, I almost forgotten that I was supposed to have lunch with them. Oh dear, that was like... ... Where do you want to eat? The cafeteria? Oh, that's so plain. Okay, let's go. Plain? Well, I guess. At my old school, I liked to eat outside near the back of the building. It was a good spot, but I didn't find it until near the end of my freshman year. I wonder if there is a similar place to eat here. Misha seems to imply as much. That's weird, have different places where you can eat in high school. In high school, you had to eat in the cafeteria or else you would die. Maybe you could eat in your classroom if you were like in a class that was divided by lunch. Like you had the first part of the class and lunch and the second part of the class. Maybe you could get into the classroom if the teacher like didn't notice. But yeah, it was always in the cafeteria. And maybe it's a thing they do in Japan. Who knows? It happens enough in anime that has to come from somewhere. Shizune and Misha pull me towards the cafeteria, which is surprisingly not packed. Maybe some students favor eating in classrooms or outdoors. I saw some of my classmates had box lunches. I don't really like to eat outdoors. There's all the bugs and stuff. After we finish eating, Misha picks up where we left off earlier. So Hee-chan, you wanted to know about clubs and stuff, right? That was a while ago. Do I just say ... Because like these ... dots are getting excessive. ... Right, Shi-chan? Okay, I guess it makes sense to ask first. Exchanging little nods of confirmation, they turn and face me again, and Misha ends her posture as if she's about to deliver a speech. Hee-chan, do you have anything you're really interested in? I used to play soccer, but I'm not really into it. I don't follow the teams and players or anything like that. As of late, I usually just read a lot. He still really has no interest besides that one reading thing. Like, all we know is he takes drugs, medication, and he likes to read. Besides that, he doesn't really do anything. There's a book club, right, Shi-chan? Right, but it seems they all have the members they could possibly have right now. Sorry, Hi-chan. It's a really popular club. Yeah, let's read, guys. Silence. Oh, okay. But more to the point, Hi-chan, does this mean that you don't have anything already in mind? Not really. Good. Great. That's great, Hi-chan. Really great. Oh, wow. Jesus. Why is it so great? No reason. Well, Hi-chan, other than clubs and the upcoming festival, there is one other thing. Harvey Dent. Can we trust him? Student council. Student council. I see. I didn't know this school had a student council. That was very melodramatic setup, though, just to tell me that. I'm pretty sure the two of them know this because Shizune looks a little embarrassed about it, and Misha is laughing. Yep. Shizune quickly retakes control of the discussion in her manner of speaking. After all, it's still Misha who has the voice, whatever she says. Right. Hi-chan, maybe you should join the student council. They could use more people. Yes, definitely. You should definitely join. Why? Well, for one, we could hang out every day, Hi-chan. Hi-chan and I are both in the student council. Actually, Hi-chan is the president. Madam President. I'm starting to get the suspicion that Shizune and Misha might not exactly be the most unbiased people to talk about this with. As if reading my mind, Shizune quickly adjusts her glasses and signs something to Misha. Of course, we're not trying to get you to join just because we would have obviously benefit from you joining the student council, and therefore have an incentive to try to get to you to... So you're admitting that... No, we admit nothing. I mean, Hi-chan, of course it would be nice if you joined, and we'd appreciate it. But even without all that, joining the student council shows a healthy interest in the working of one's school. Yup, it's true, Hi-chan. Besides, don't you want to spend time with us after school, Hi-chan? That's a lot of Hi-chans. I can't tell if she's being genuine or just really good at acting. Both of them seem to be trying hard to look their cutest, although they are already pretty cute to begin with. Well... So it's settled then. Welcome to the student council, Hi-chan. What? No. Oh, see, Shi-chan? Of course he wouldn't go so easily. Yup, that's right. Though it would be boring if it went that smoothly. Oh well, Shi-chan knows me candy now. You were betting on it? Hey, my life is not a game here. Shizune seems very intrigued by this when Misha signs it to her. The aggressive glint returns to her eyes. ... Wow, that's interesting, Hi-chan. Let's play a game. That's not what I said. How about rich man, poor man, Hi-chan? If you lose, you have to join the student council. No, absolutely not. Oh, why not? Because you two have both... Take two. Well, because you two both have the same incentive, and therefore the same goal, which is to get me to join the student council, right? Silence. Okay. Maru. Yep. Yeah, that isn't my goal. But what this means is that both of you can team up, and I'll be at a clear disadvantage, so I will have to decline. Hi-chan, I am very offended. Are you saying you don't trust us? That we would pull something so disingenuous? That makes me sad. Sorry? It's hard to tell where Shizune's influence ends and Misha's thoughts begin. ... In order to atone for hurting... In order for atone for hurting a young girl's feelings, you should definitely join the student council. No! How about a game of, paper football instead of rich man, poor man? Paper football? Yeah, it's a game they play in America. You make a paper triangle, and then you try to shoot it past goalposts that other players make with their fingers. I live in America, and I've never played paper football. Isn't it cool? It's the ultimate form of competition between two people, Hichan. Da da da. And it's also played by elementary and middle school children, Shichan. Wow, that means it's a game that really separates the boys from the men. More like the boys from the slightly older boys. Anyway, I'm not going to play that either. Just the fact that you two know about it means you're probably surprisingly good at it. yeah, that's true. How did you know, Hichan? She's enough frowns at Misha, telling me that she probably wasn't supposed to admit that so readily. It's their secret. They've honed their paper football skills for years. I wouldn't say that I'm happy with their attempts to get me into the student council, but I'm a little curious about what the student council does here. I've never been on one before, or even know anybody who was a member, so it interests me. I also kind of like Shizune and Misha, so it maybe won't be so bad. Dot. Okay, John, how about Risk, the game of world domination? Oh, that's Shizune's game. I don't know what that is. It's really funny, John. You fight for control of the world with armies and everything, like Europa Universalis. Sounds like Shizune would be good at it. Yep. If you want to play, we can play after school. Oh, really, Shichan? We can play just for fun. Shichan hasn't played in a long time, so if you want to, there are no strings attached. Well, okay. Okay, perfect. We'll see you after school in the student council room then, Hichan. Wait, why there? Because that's where we keep the game. I grimace to tell them how much I do not like this, but it's more for show than anything. So in the end, I agree, but only after getting Shizune to acknowledge that I don't mean anything concrete just by accepting to take a look around and play a game with her. Lunch ends and we go back to class. There goes the whole library plan. Oh, Hanako. During afternoon classes, the long-haired girl comes back and sits down in her seat without a word. Again, no one seems to notice, or if they do, no one says anything. I want to ask Misha about it, but I don't want to be nosy. Oh god. So Misha's gonna blow out my voice. After school, Shizune and Misha quickly find me by the first floor lobby and latch onto me, covering each flank in case I might try to escape. I feel a little offended, but I've been considering it. Nevertheless, I'm a bit disturbed that enough people have made a break for it in the past that they're on their guard. What's with the escort? This doesn't make me feel very comfortable. In fact, it makes me feel like a dangerous prisoner being transported to his cell. Oh, what's wrong, Hichan? ... Why does she open her mouth if she doesn't say anything? That's right, we're just going to play a game of Risk, remember? I don't know, Misha. This all seems a little sinister to me. I start thinking that when we sit down and play the game, they'll tie me down and torture me until I agree to join the student council. Well, that's highly unlikely, but still, for some reason it just seems like it would be so plausible. Oh, we'll turn. Getting to the student council room is as simple as turning 2 corners from where we started. What? That's it? Oh, okay. Don't know what that was. What? I don't know if you guys could hear that, but that was a large catawampus. What? That's it? This makes you guys being on top of me seem a little silly. That's not true, Hichan. Shichan says that when their life is threatened, people have shown the capability to pull off superhuman bursts of speed. When their life is threatened? Life is threatened? Her expression is unchanging. Misha signs something amusedly to Shizune, who makes a baffling face and puts her hands behind her back, looking pleased with herself. I don't know what that was. Misha feigns deafness and hums cheerily. Stop that. I know you heard me. You have no excuse, unlike Shizune. Stop that. Shizune opens the door to the student council room. It's a very plain, sparsely decorated room, although it's quite large, maybe even a little larger than a classroom. There's a big table in the center surrounded by chairs and a smaller desk prominently placed in the back that I assume is Shizune's. There are a few regular desks and chairs stacked to one side as well. Extras, perhaps? Aside from the tables and chairs, the room doesn't have much else to offer. Just a couple filing cabinets and bookshelves stacked with old school records and documents. Not much else. In fact, nothing else. This is a pretty bleak room. They could at least put a potted plant in here, or something, but the most noticeable thing is that the room doesn't have his other people. I messed up that sentence so much. Are we early? ... No. What do you mean, no? Does it mean nobody else is coming today? ... Yeah, that's right. Ooh, what was that? Oh, clap. It was like a snap. Before I managed to ask why that's the case, Shizune claps her hands together very energetically. Dot dot dot. Ichan, let's play Risk. Come on, you promised, Angie. You have to. Okay. Do you want to know the rules? We can explain to you while we set everything up. While Misha is talking, Shizune takes out what looks like a board game from behind one of the filing cabinets and throws it onto the table. Actually, this looks kind of interesting. After Misha spends a little too long for her liking running through the basics with a somewhat vague and confusing tutorial, Shizune cuts in and declares the game has started with a decisive motion, slicing her on through the air. Shizune's aggressiveness is rubbing off onto me. I start feeling more competitive than I intend to be when I agreed to this. Well, we're into the game. Well, I'm going to cut it off here, guys. Next episode, we play this Risk game. And, yeah, thanks for watching. If you have any game you want me to play, put it in the comments below. Subscribe if you want to. And, yeah, thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen.